A lot of them. They claim to be educated.
Value government. But
they don't even know that Sharia law is in the constitution of the country they are defending. If you ask them, they are not aware. They ask them this constitution, how many times is Christianity mentioned? They don't even know that there's no single place where Christianity was mentioned. But when you talk about Biafra, you preach them to come and support. They see you as enemy or they see you as a crazy person. Meanwhile, they claim they are brilliant. They claim to be more intelligent than you. But they are the most foolish people that have ever walked this planet Earth. We have no option left. If we had other options, I believe Ojukwu would have taken that option then, when our people were being killed, just the way we are being killed today. But he had no options. He has looked left and right, and there's nothing he could do. The regional government he initiated have been thwarted by this same Britain, and go on, changed mouth, and start saying a different thing from what was agreed at Aburi. So, if you look at it from how it started, firstly, there is no crime, there is no offense, there is nothing we did wrong, but we were being killed. That was because there's an agenda behind those killings. The reason why the northern queue is a northern queue because Babangida have confirmed it lately. The reason why it was tagged Igbo Cube was because they will have reasons to still kill us. They need more reasons to come every day and open fire at us. So they're going to tag everything to Igbo, to Biafra, so that they will have justification to get us killed, even though it wasn't our fault, even though the queue wasn't an Igbo cube, after all. Our independence is the only way we could survive. We would survive. That is the topic of today. And we must emphasize. We must emphasize on it because we need to know how important it is. There is no way forward for us as Biafrans in Nigeria. Nobody needs to tell us this at this very point in time. Because what we've seen should be enough. Thank you very much. Yojan Fury, go ahead, my brother.
Okay, thank you very much, my honorable colleague. Thank you so much. Bertrand, thank you so much for bringing back the space. I know that it was brought down earlier, but thank God that you brought it back again, you know. The truth is very difficult for people to want to hear. Nobody wants to hear the truth, you understand? But no matter how they try to restrict it, we must tell it. Once again, I extend my greeting to all the honorable comrades that are here present. So to our beloved mothers, I can see Chichi, Lolo Eunice, Lolo, that is Lolo, what is the name again? Lolo, Adaigwe. Yes, Adaigwe, right? Yes, I think that's the correct name. Every other person that's here, Biageli, 1 million, Simon Epa, Senator, and every other person that is here present. I really want to say very big thank you. Truth is that let's live every day as if that is the last day we had on earth, you understand? Because sometimes when I look at people doing bad things, doing evil things, sabotaging the freedom of their people, it really breaks my heart because at the end of the day, when someone dies today, he will be remembered for the work that he did while he was here. Like I said yesterday in the fundraising, yesterday would have been the last day heard my voice, but by the grace of God, what kept me alive. You understand? So at the end of the day, if it had ended, what you did, how you fought for your people, not just even about yourself, how you fought for other people, would have been the only legacy that is left behind. So let our people try to learn the lesson. Sometimes some people will think that they own the world, that the whole world belongs to them. No, the world doesn't belong to you, because with a snap of the finger, you are gone. Your life is taken away. You understand? Why can't you use the life that you have to fight for the freedom of humanity, to fight for the freedom of people? You understand? So that is very, very important. And one thing about life is that freedom, political freedom and economic freedom is what guarantees security and good standard of living for the citizenry. You understand? But in a situation whereby your political freedom and your economic freedom is in the hand of a stranger, not just in the hand of a stranger, but a hand of a terrorist, it means that you are doomed, because that political and economic power will be used to, rather than better your life, it will be used to fund terrorism, it will be used to fund your debt. You understand? So this is what we Biafrans have actually experienced. They use the oil, the proceeds they get from our oil, they use it to buy military weapons, AK-47, GPNG to KANU bomb jet bombers, and every other sophisticated weapon. They bring them to our people. They bring them to Imo State to kill our people. They bring them to Isoku, Zoro. They bring them to Anambra. They bring them to every part of Biafra land. They bring them to OD, to Bayelsa, to massacre our people from the very proceeds they get from our resources, simply because we don't have that. We, the indigenous people, don't have the political power. We don't have that political freedom and economic. A stranger, a foreigner is holding that political power, is holding the economic power, and we cannot manage, we cannot control our resources. The best few of our people can do is to be bodyguards, that is a gateman, security guard to the resources that is generated in our territory. You understand? Which is the most unfortunate thing that can happen to a man. If that can be likened to the story that kings are walking on their barefoot while slaves are riding in horses. You understand? That is exactly what it is. And sometimes when I look at it, some of these are people that are joyfully guiding the pipeline for the stranger, for the foreigner to take our resources to kill us. When I look at them, it pains me so much, because these people, they have the capability to be the people that negotiate how to sell our product, to sell our resources, and use the proceeds that come from the resources to better our people, the lives of our people, to provide security for our people. That's why sometimes when I look at the likes of Gabriel at Sabuja, he's a very great, intelligent man, God-fearing man. So why can't Gabriel at Sabuja be the chief of defense staff of Biafra? Why can't Gochukwu be the chief of defense staff in Biafra? Is it forbidden? Why should we be having somebody from Yoruba, maybe from Fulani, to be chief of defense staff, chief of police, chief of everything in our land? Eh? So this is the message we have always sent to our people, that we need to repent and change our mindset. We need to change the way we are thinking. Because this thing that we are guiding for our people, we can also be in position to negotiate how to sell this product to the international community and use the money that comes from it to live a better life, to fund the security of our people. Unlike Nigeria, the proceeds they get from our oil, they will pump it to the terrorists, use it to buy weapons for the terrorists to come and kill us. We become the victim. It shouldn't be like that. So, as a matter of fact, sovereignty, independence, political independence, and economic independence is very, very important to any group of people, to any indigenous group of people. You understand? But if you allow it to slide into the hand of an enemy, to slide into the hand of a terrorist like we have today in Nigeria, the proceeds, it is used to fund your debt, to fund terrorism against you. And this is exactly what we have witnessed. This is what we have been experiencing under Nigeria. This is why we keep fighting. A Christian state is going to be everlasting peace to Christian genocide in Nigeria. A Biafran state is going to be a permanent solution to Christian genocide in Nigeria. You understand me? So because you cannot force two group of people who have different lifestyle to live together, for not even for their own benefit, but for the benefit of a foreigner, for the benefit of the British. You can't force people to live like that in this modern world, you understand, in this modern age. This is why a Christian state must be, if the creation of Biafran state must be fully supported, especially those that are crying for Christians, that Christians are being slaughtered in Nigeria. It's not enough to cry. You must go beyond crying to supporting the solution. What is the solution? What is the solution? The solution is the creation of a Biafran state with Christian value and Western civilization. That is the solution. So that Christians can migrate to that state and be safe in that state. Why those like the likes of Asari Dokubo that were bought over by all these Islamic group, they can migrate to a Sharia state, an Islamic state in Nigeria, like probably in the Yoruba land, Hausa land. You understand? They can have a very good life here. They can have their women covering tarpaulin every now and then there, just night and day there. They feel comfortable in that place. Creation of a Biafran state with Christian value, with Western civilization, is going to be a permanent solution. It's not even colliding or having an alliance with Nigeria to fight in the name of combating the Islamic terrorism genociders. When Nigeria has not even come up to own up to you that these are the people, stuff like this are happening, that terrorism is happening, that genocide is happening. So if they did not own up to you, they have not acknowledged that this thing is happening under their watch. What makes it that they are going to partner with you to combat it? It's just a waste of time because it's going to end up at deceit. So they just try to bring you closer. Maybe when you handle a weapon over to them, they ship to their Islamic terrorist group. You understand? They will just corner you. And you suffer the same thing that Afghanistan suffer. You understand? So if you are really crying about the Christian genocide, the Christian killing that is happening in Nigeria, support the solution for it. Support a permanent solution for it. You understand? Building IDP camp, building IDP camp for these people is not the solution. You understand? That is not the solution. Because even that IDP camp that you build for these people, these terrorists still go to the IDP camp, attack the IDP camp and kill those people from there. Which means the problem still lingers. But when you are able to create a state with security, a defense system, a military, no security is going to come and go into that state and begin to keep you, just like Israel. Israel is now. Say you are an Islamic terrorist. You come to the state of Israel and you want to begin to slaughter Jews, slaughter Christians and any other religion. You can't have your way. Or America, that you are, because you are an Islamic terrorist, you want to come and commit your jihad in America. It's not going to happen. You understand? So the permanent solution is the creation of a Biafran state with Christian value, with Western civilization. That is the permanent solution, because these are two lines. We like Western life. We don't like killing people. But at the other side of Sharia of Islam, they like killing people. They hate Western civilization. They believe in their nomadic kind of lifestyle. You understand? They hate development. They hate being progressive. They hate innovation. This is why they established Center for Eradication of Innovation, something like that. They have it. You understand? So you see that these are two different kind of people. And we can even bear with them, we as Christians, in spite of their shortcomings, we can bear with them. Then they cannot bear with us. Rather, they will kill us. They will want to eliminate us. That's where the problem lies. If, as they have their own separate way of life, they can even bear with us, we will not have a problem. We can coexist with anybody, no matter how bad your character, as long as you don't kill us. But where the problem is now, they say they are all over the place, killing us, raping our women, slaughtering our babies, our children. We can't fold our hands and just be watching that. And just be watching somebody killing us like that. You understand? So, like, when you go to the social media, you see a lot of people playing Omoto show us the law. Omoto show us the law. It is not enough to be creating all this content, showing this video. Omoto show. Thank you very much for your effort. Thank you for that creativity, for coming up with a song like that. Omoto show the law. Now that you say Omoto show us the law, Omoto show is not willing to show you the law because he knows that such law does not exist. This is an injustice. Since he will not show you the law, since he's not going to show you the law and this injustice has been committed against us, what are you going to do? Are you going to stop at you upload the videos, you get the views, you get the pay from the views, then you get into your house and go and sleep? No, it shouldn't be like that. You must go further and align with those that are fighting so hard to hold Nigeria accountable for this injustice that they have done to our people, that they have done to our person, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. By aligning with the Biafra Republic government in exile to hold Nigeria accountable for what they have done. What is the law that gave them the right to convict our leader, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and sentence him for life imprisonment? Just for exposing the Christian genocide. Just to set up a mechanism, a defense mechanism to protect his people, Biafran people, who are predominantly Christians, who are predominantly Jewish and traditionalists. Where is the law that gives you the right to sentence him? So would you just say Omoto show the law and Omoto show show you the law and you go to your house, go and sleep after you collect money from all this Omoto shows the law that we are showing on the internet? So this is why our people actually we need to wake up. We need to do beyond this. After you play this Omoto show the law, and when 2027 comes, they still give you money again. You do another song, begin to campaign for election after this injustice that is done against us. Let us rise up, my people. Freedom is everything. When you have freedom, you can do anything. You can become anything you want to become. You cannot have the best defense when you don't have freedom. That is why it is so difficult for the Biafra defense person to give you proper security as it stands right now, because we don't really have our freedom. Because when they are fighting so hard to ensure security, to see that our babies, women, and children are safe, the Nigeria police and Nigeria army and Nigeria different terrorist groups that the governors created in Ebubagu, Agune Chamber, and all of them. I don't even know the ones they even have in Delta State, or maybe I can even find out whether they even have some of them in Delta State. I think now these special forces standing there, these on Asari group of terrorists, you understand? And those on there for Delta State. That's so they go carry Omoza Isoko because of a picture that Omoza Isoko made. You understand? That there's no security in Ozoro. So what did it say wrong? Because a man was killed, and this man was creating awareness about it, that there's no security. That's all these terrorists in uniform. They go carry that man. See the way they were molesting him. You understand? So how long are we going to continue like that? So my people, let us rise up. It is not enough to shout on social media. An action needs to be taken against Nigeria for them to be held accountable. That is the stage we are in now. An action needs to be taken. So don't just be sitting in one place and thinking that somebody is going to do it for you. The Iranians are not sitting in one place hoping that Americans are going to do it for them. Even America is mobilizing to go to war against Iran. But the Iranians are still on the street fighting. They are losing a lot of their citizens. Over 30,000 Iranians have been killed by this Islamic terrorist regime of Ayatollah. You understand? But they are not backing out. They are still on the street because those that are still fighting know that the death of their colleagues, the death of their comrades is not going to be in vain. And when freedom comes, that is the only thing that is going to appease them. for the loss of their colleagues. You understand? So nobody's sitting down somewhere to wait for anybody to come and help them. And mind you, don't forget, whenever you are praying, don't forget to pray for America. Put them in your prayer, because the war they are going to in Iran is the war against slavery, is the war against barbarism, is the war against darkness, is the war against evil. God forbid that America is defeated. Know that freedom has been defeated, light has been defeated, good has been defeated, civilization has been defeated, Biafra has been defeated. That is why we need to pray for American soldiers. Pray for all their allies that are going to the war. God should give them victory, because the victory of America in Iran is the victory for freedom, is the victory for civilization, is the victory for good, is the victory for light. You understand? So my people, we need to rise up. We need to rise up to support the independence state of Biafra. That is the only place Christians will be free. And Christians, you need to wake up. Stop being deceived. Most of this money that you used to pay offering or you pay tithe, put it into your defense. Put it into your freedom. It will go a long way. You need security to have a quality service. You understand? You need good security to have a quality service. You even need freedom to worship God better. You don't worship God in slavery. That is not a good worship to God. This is why Christians must wake up now, because their lack of knowledge has really cost them a lot, has really cost Christians a lot. Lack of knowledge has cost us Christians a lot of lives, because we lack knowledge. Like I was explaining earlier, in the Constitution of Nigeria, where is Christianity mentioned? Where is Bible mentioned? You know the number of times Quran is mentioned, Islam is mentioned in the Constitution? But every time you see Christian big church, big pastors coming to claim ownership of Nigeria, we are Nigerians, this is Nigeria, don't have any other place, our Nigeria. You are claiming Nigeria, but you refuse to study the Constitution. You lack the knowledge. You are just claiming being a Nigerian by faith. But in the document, it is not stating that. It is saying something contrary. The document is saying that Nigeria is an Islamic country. Islamic insignia is in your naira that you spend. In the Nigerian military emblem, Islamic logo is there. Where did you see the Star of David there? Where did you see any Bible recitation in that place? You can't find it. Let us wake up. Because you keep claiming Nigeria, claiming ownership of Nigeria when Nigeria does not really belong to you. This is why your ignorance is what has caused the death of a lot of Christians. Coupled with the fact that a lot of the Christian leaders, they have collected money. The likes of Bishop Puka, they have collected money and they spit on the blood of Christians that have been slaughtered. They make mockery of the blood of Christians. They deny the killing of Christians simply because they have collected money. Let us wake up and do the needful. Having a Biafran state with Christian value and Western civilization is going to guarantee your life as a Christian. Be you from Yoruba, be you from Hausa, you can easily migrate to Biafra land and have a better life. Feel comfortable. Worship your God the way you ought to worship your God. Express your thought the way you ought to express it. It won't be like under Nigeria, that is Islamic state. You understand? So our people, let us rise up, and to our people that are having a double mind as a result of the recent election that was conducted for, that is the right thing to do, okay? Like I was saying earlier before something, I think I was kicked out or something even happened, I don't even know. Our former Prime Minister, Simon Ekpa, is a very brave man. That man not fear anybody. Okay? If he had the mindset that being a Prime Minister is his birthright, that no matter what happens, that right should not be tampered. And he was aware of that clause on the charter or on the bylaw that says in case anything happens to the Prime Minister, within 3 months, a new Prime Minister should be elected. I trust my former Prime Minister, very brave man. He will tell you that Or more, remove that clause. Not put that clause at all. That I will be no matter what happens to me. I know you always say that he's the finisher. Yes, I strongly believe he's the finisher. That the enemy struck and they incapacitate him and imprison him. He cannot finish from the prison. But believe you me, if he has that entitlement to the prime minister position, he would have told you not to put the clause on the charter, neither on the bylaw. He would have said it. That not put it. That even though I am in the prison, I will still be in charge. I will still finish from there. But he knows that, even understands better than most of these people that claim to be freedom fighter. Any little thing, they get carried away, they are swayed away, they are deceived, and because they are emotionally attached to persons, not to Biafra. I love my leader so much. I love, even, are you talking about NNAMDI? I love it so dearly. Even my former Prime Minister Simon Ekpa, I love it so dearly. I used to have their pictures on my profile before, but it got a time. I said, let me represent with the Biafra flag, because I need to be more attached to Biafra. You understand? Because when I am more attached to Biafra, and I see that the government, there's a government that is doing everything to move us closer to our freedom, to put pepper in the eye of our enemy. Every policy that government comes up with, I will support, rather than supporting an individual, because my love for individual, that this individual, he should be entitled to so position, and I will be there and be fighting against the policies of the government to move us ahead to our freedom, to fight against the enemies that the enemy is crying out today. You understand? So that is why we should be more emotionally attached to Biafra freedom, not to individual. The freedom of Biafra is the freedom of our leader, NNAMDI KANU. The freedom of Biafra is the freedom of our Prime Minister, former Prime Minister Simon Ekpa. It's the freedom of each and every one of you that is present here. It's my freedom. Because if Biafra is not free as a free nation today, tomorrow when I come out publicly and talk about Biafra, I will be kidnapped, I will be adopted, maybe I will be killed immediately or be sentenced to jail. No freedom in that place. And when Biafra is free, I can go anywhere and speak about Biafra, and nobody is going to arrest me. Nobody is going to kill me. Nobody is going to come after my life. So the freedom of Biafra is the freedom of every Biafran. The freedom of Biafra is the freedom of every Biafran. That is why we need to be emotionally attached to Biafra, not to one individual. Especially when the government policies is in alignment with the laws that we have for the moment, which is the charter and the bylaws. Then you must put your emotions aside. What I expect, the Biafra, the kind of Biafra that I expect, is the Biafra with the rule of law. Biafra with the rule of law. Every strong country today that our people are running to, is it China? Is it Dubai? Is it Arab United Emirates? Is it Canada, California? Is it UK? Is it France? Is it Germany? Is it, name it, the Bahamas? They are strong because they uphold the rule of law. And this rule of law have built a solid system for them. Has built a solid system for them. This is that is the kind of Biafra that I want. A Biafra that upholds the rule of law. That's why I asked the veteran Dragon 2 the question the other time. That considering the fact that the lawmakers in America, the number 3 man has our charter, yet we did not even do according to what the charter says, simply because we love our prime minister, our former prime minister so much, and we just have to express that love for him until we did the needful. But what if they had asked us that the kind of Biafra we are looking for, is it the kind of Biafra that emotions will override the rule of law? What will be your answer to the lawmakers of the United States of America? What if up to today the Biafra Republic government in exile cabinet ministers did not find it worthy to appoint a new prime minister, and they come up with that question? That bet here in your law, in your charter, you are saying that if a prime minister is incapacitated by incarceration, by detention, by sickness, by death, or by anything, within 3 months, a new prime minister should be elected. Why are you not electing a new prime minister? Is it because of your love? Is it because of your emotion? Is it because we love the former prime minister so much? So are you going to allow emotion to override, to overrule the rule of law in the Biafra, in the new Biafra you are fighting for? Mazi so what will you answer them? Mazi Stanley, what will you answer them? Mazi Dragon, what will you answer them? Obiageli, what will you answer them? Mommy Eunice, what will you answer them? Senior citizen Ben Uwabo, what will you answer them? And every other comrade that is here present, what will you answer them? Will you allow emotion to override the rule of law? Is that the kind of Biafra that we are fighting for? What will be your answer? Let me drop the mic here. Thank you very much, my great comrade, for giving me the mic. I yield the mic here.
Thank you so much, Rajan Fury. Thank you so much, my brother. That was a wonderful one, honestly. You know, you deserve an applause. I wish I had the device to give you a real several rounds of applauses. Thank you so much, my brother. You spoke well, man. I mean, you nailed it, actually. Thank you very much for this beautiful piece you just passed. You know, I just wish our people would keep, you know, taking these things and making good use of them. You know, it's not easy to come up with such words and different with different examples and you know points that we could make good use of. You know, that's the reason why we're on space, not just to talk and go. We need to start making use of, you know, the things we are being taught or things we are being told. So thank you so much, Rage and Fury. I don't know if our
Yeah, my
host.
coach.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much for holding on. And I want to thank everyone that came on space today. We have started exactly 2 minutes, 3 minutes past 2 o'clock in Biafra time, and we have discussed all the points that was raised. And I want to thank everyone for coming. We are bringing this space to a close. Thank you so much. Thank you, and thank you. So let's meet again next time. Thank you so much for coming.
Ndewo.